Welcome, citizens of Freeport and Stevenson County. I'm Mayor Jody Miller, and joining me today is
Craig Benton, the Public Health Administrator for Stevenson County.
And again, we're doing some short takes on trying to inform our citizens better. And thought today we'd talk about how we have current and ever-changing developments that happen and how the city and the county are looking together to help our citizens and our businesses with every aspect of health and safety and welfare. So a lot of work going on behind the scenes, and we're working very closely with many agencies to get as much information out as we can as it changes. We're doing our best to collaborate. Weekly, I have conference calls with the White House, and so able to listen in as many thousands join on those calls. We'll also listen on a daily basis with the governor and have calls twice a week with officials with the government on state levels, as well as we are meeting with county officials, the EMA, the health department, the hospital. Who else sits in those meetings that we have?
We have EMS, fire, police, the sheriff's department.
Yes. Yeah, so we're working together on a daily basis, really, to keep each other informed, and then how do we best serve those that are around us. So, it amazes me, Craig, that each time we meet, I am amazed at all the great leadership that sits around that table. I shouldn't say it's a very big table, and to be able to come together with calm, responsive, dedicated ways to be able to help our citizens with health and safety. So, what else do you want to talk about with working together?
I look at it, I shouldn't say I take it for granted, but we all work together very well. And there's just a whole lot of respect, and we get a lot accomplished in an hour.
We do.
And we have constant contact, and I know our county board chair, and I know you do too, when you see that my call is coming in, it's like, uh-oh, what's happening now? And but we have a lot of correspondence.
We do, and high priority. So that I really, really appreciate. People just don't understand how much we are connecting moment by moment on these changing developments that we have. So, and out of that, and working together, the Park District is working closely with our police department because of some things that have come about. You want to talk about that in the park?
Absolutely. The executive order talks about parks, but state parks, but the shutdowns are amusement areas or areas of congregating. And so, in effect, Craig Park, for example, is open, but what we want to try to avoid is congregating of 10 or more people in a group. The days of having 30 to 40 people in the pavilion is not what should be happening. We just have to curb that. Yes, if you drive through the park, you might see 100 people, but that would be great if everybody's walking their distance away. You just can't have congregating of lots of people.
So we really do want to encourage our families to get out and enjoy the outdoors and to be able to walk in the park, just not to congregate.
Absolutely.
So it comes back again to physical distancing, keeping that 6 to 8 feet and not staying together for too long of a time frame. So is it okay if they want to, play a little ball with their kids? Is that an issue?
No, it's not an issue at all. It's just the intent of it is the 6 feet, 10 minutes, but you're not, that's not so hard and fast numbers and distances. So if you're just playing a little bit of a ball out in the field, there's nothing wrong with that. You are definitely meeting the intent.
So family reunions are not encouraged to go under a pavilion and hang out?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's different things. So we really have to work on the distancing end, but we want to encourage people to have families with getting together, being physical outside, walking, riding their bikes. It's okay to drive through the park.
Absolutely.
So what does a person do if they do witness, let's say 20 people that are gathered together? Maybe it's a group of young people that are gathered together.
Well, I would say as a citizen you could say something, but then We've been working through law enforcement to disband the grouping. It's okay to be standing there for 10 minutes, but it can't, that's a rarity in the park, or rarity on the street corners or in places.
So it gets back to my point of working together. So not only is the park district working hand in hand with the police department, but it's working together as citizens. And it's okay to call the non-emergency number to say, you know, there's a group of 20 kids that are hanging out. Maybe someone should go and just advise them that they really probably should head home.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's really important to distance. As we have cases, and when we have cases, we have to investigate those. If we have a positive case, we have to find out what contacts have you been in contact with persons. And this is very difficult because you can be a carrier of this and show no symptoms for 7 to 10 days. And people may not remember what they did yesterday or who they contacted 7 days before. So congregating in the park or street corners or places, will you remember that, and who are they? Now, the real positive thing about this is that what I do affects your health, what you do affects mine. And it will come on very quickly, but you can easily be carrier for 7 days. And if I caught it today and I was tested tomorrow, it would probably show negative. It takes several days to develop.
So once again, thank you for joining us. And as always, do your part and we'll get through this together.